There's another video for fight fans out there. There's still a few of us left. Heavyweight fight fans in particular, which I am, about odlanier solis versus Vitali Klitschko this evening. It's going to be, I think, an interesting fight for any number of reasons. Even if it's only to prove some things that we all thought we knew, or proving a few of us wrong about how good either fighter is and all that sort of stuff. Okay, let's just break down the fighters one at a time. Solis is 17-0 as a pro. I think he's got 12 knockouts. He's not fought any top quality opponents yet. So there's a bit of a question mark there. He fought Ray Austin in an eliminator, obviously, for this fight. I wasn't blown away by his performance there. Like his physical attributes, his record at amateur was great. Everybody knows though there's a difference between amateur boxing and pro boxing, prize fighting boxing, and Solis hasn't done anything for genuine in the heavyweight division yet. As an amateur, he was an exceptional amateur though. He put down. Sorry, I don't know if he put him down. He beat Felix Savon twice. He beat David Haye, beat Sultan Ibragimov. He was a really exciting amateur fighter. Great skills. But he's not done an awful lot since, to be honest. Apart from eat burgers. And if you look at his physical attributes, he's very quick. He throws punches in combinations, really well. He's got nearly an 80-inch reach, which gives him actually the same reach as Vitali at 6'7", even though Solis is only 6'1.5" or something like that. So he's got his footwork is good. His head movement is not that great, and we'll come back to that in a minute. So that's Solis as a fighter. Obviously, the other defining thing about Solis is he's out of shape. He's not been in shape since he turned pro. Basically, he weighs in 270, something like that for fights. He's been he's been between 270 and 250 pretty consistently. His weight should actually be down. It shouldn't be above 230, I don't think. So he's carrying a big amount of fat at any given point. Now I've just seen the weigh-in for this fight, and he's 246 or something like that. I mean that's still overweight for him. Let's not beat around the bush. I mean, he is still fat, but he's lost 20 pounds of fat since he last fought, and I think that's only a positive thing. So let's hope that makes the fight more exciting. Vitali Klitschko. People talk about the Klitschko brothers as if they're one and the same thing. That's clearly bullshit. There's two different fighters. One is Vitali Klitschko, who in my view is a nailed-on ATG, for reasons we'll come to, and whose career has consistently been at the top level, never been knocked out, never been knocked down, never been seriously even hurt. I don't think. Sanders caught him with a couple of shots, but I mean not seriously hurt, and not looking like he was going to go down. 43 fights, won 41 of those 43 fights, 38 by knockout, for pretty much the highest KO percentage of any heavyweight in history, and just he has an incredible chin. I mean, he's got all sorts of attributes, but he just can't be put down. I mean, I probably won't eat my words on this, even if the rest of this video is all wrong. But I saw him take shots from Lennox Lewis. I think it was fourth round or something like that, fifth of their 2003, 2004 fight, whenever that one was. And they would have honestly taken most people's heads off. I mean, I just don't know, I can't think of any other boxers really who could have stood up to those shots. They were flush, crisp, full power uppercuts, and you can see his head just go, snap back, but not obviously really even hurt. So, and the two losses that he's got, well, one was a torn rotator cuff against Chris Berg, whenever that was, 2001. And the other loss was obviously the Lennox Lewis loss, where he was kind of ahead on the cards, but Lewis seemed to be coming more back into it. I mean, people talk about that fight and whether or not, Lewis was ducking him or who was going to knock who out, and everybody has their view on that. But there's one thing that people calling Lewis a ducker, which I think is a bit of a joke, to be honest, based on his career. But one thing that is absolutely for certain is Lennox Lewis did not want to fight Vitali Klitschko again. Now that, people say he's proved everything he had to prove and all the rest of it. Fine, I accept that, but he did not want to get back in the ring with Vitali Klitschko for that rematch, and the proof of that is that he didn't get in the ring for that rematch. So that's Vitali as a fighter. Vladimir is obviously much more vulnerable. He's got a slightly suspect chin, or did have, and when he got knocked out, I mean, he was properly knocked out. He got shots put on him by Sanders, and he was all over the place. I mean, the referee had to call it off for his own good, because he was going to get smashed. So, 6'7", 6'7.5", 240, 245, 250, around that kind of area. I just think he's an amazing fighter, and if you watch him fight, he also does a lot of things. He's a goofy fighter, Vitali. Like he holds his left hand down like that. He does what Haye is always cussed out for doing. He walks around with his hand like that, with his left hand like that, and he up jabs all the whole fight, just bang. He's always pulling away. So he walks around, you watch him with his left hand down here. He's got no defence here at all. He just walks around like that. So he's an unorthodox fighter, Vitali. He's got a great jab. He's got great power. He's very difficult to hit. I think he's more difficult to hit now than when he faced Lewis. The only real thing with Vitali is how much longer can he go on at the top, because he's 40 years of age and you cannot go on forever, at anything. And his time will come when he's not good enough anymore. The only question is, how much better was he than everybody else in the first place, that he can go on not in his prime, and he's not in his prime now, still beating people and beating them comfortably, smashing Shannon Briggs to bits. Not that Briggs was a particularly good fighter, but he can go on longer just because he was that much better in the first place. So that's Vitali Klitschko. On this fight, I mean, I think the big question is going to be, what's Solis going to do in terms of his defence and not taking that jab, that Vitali Klitschko jab, or that jab straight right combination in the face, because Vitali throws something like 70 punches around, so he's very active for a heavyweight. He throws a lot of punches. And if you watch Solis versus Austin, which I did again this morning, Solis's guard is like that, right? Either side, and he's got his chin tucked down like that, so he's not actually guarding the bottom of his chin. He's blocking punches either side and through the middle down the pipe. But he cannot do what he just did against Austin and just walk towards Vitali Klitschko like that, because Klitschko will smack him upside the head and do it a lot. He also will probably just throw it straight. This is a shot to look for. Throw a lead left uppercut just through that, just underneath that guard there, which Solis holds there. And if Solis can't get some head movement going, and this is what I worry about with Solis in this fight, if he can't get some head movement going, Austin just won't like that. If he does that against Klitschko, he will pound him, even if he's just taking shots on the glove and whatever, and it's just getting him a bit of face, because it's it's going to go through because your hands go back. But if he's doing that, he's going to get absolutely smashed to pieces. If, however, he can avoid the jab and actually move his head a little bit, and the weight he's lost helps him do that, then it could be quite a competitive fight, because Vitali's getting older, he's slowing down. If Solis can sort of go around the ring, get a bit of movement, pull him left and right, not be consistent, be a bit unorthodox, and most of all stay away from that jab, then maybe he can land a few shots, a few combinations and try and hurt him. I don't know whether he actually can hurt him, and then this is the big question. You see, he's not going to outbox with 20 extra pounds of lard on him, Vitali Klitschko, and he's not going to knock him out, in my opinion. So he's going to be less active, and he's not going to knock him out just because Vitali's just got such an unbelievable chin. So I'm really struggling to find a way that Solis can actually win this fight, unless Vitali is, as people have said, got old overnight. And that's Vitali Klitschko's trump card at the end of the day. You cannot knock him out, and his work rate is so high. you know, what else can you do? But I want it to be a competitive fight, and I want Solis to move a lot, you know, and try and bang with him, see if he can hurt him at least, because that'd be fun. All right, well, enjoy the fight.